Hello folks, and welcome back to Overlord, Raising Hell. Let me tap for 1 second. Recording locally. Everything is fine, everything is good, everything is perfect. Fantastico. Let me just switch me mouse. Now you may be wondering, Palnai, didn't you do this, a little while ago? Well, actually, I did this back in 2016. Sorry, it's been longer. This finished back in 2016. It's been longer than I thought it was. I thought this actually finished in early 2017, but that's Overlord 2. But anyway, Blarg. Sorry, I had a little thing planned out of saying there, but then I kind of realized, you know what, I kind of flubbed what I was saying. So basically, yes, I'm going to be doing another playthrough of this. That's the long and the short of it. I kind of flubbed the other bit, but fuck it, whatever. So yes, I'll be doing another playthrough of this. This feels awkward now. New game. Normal. This time I will be going full corruption. Biggest scoit possible. My cunt gland is engorged. Also, yes, 57 hours, 2 minutes on the other thing. Though that, keep in mind, that was likely including, I tried to actually record a review of this game. It was an application for a thing. Never heard back about it, but that was including that, and say if I went AFK to run to the bathroom. But yes, I spent like a good part of 50 hours on the first time through this. And keep in mind, when I do, a lot of that was because of difficulty with bosses and whatnot. Actually, I don't think anyone bar Melvin gave me too much difficulty. Even the final boss I got down pretty quickly. I think Melvin gave me the most difficulty due to how his fight works. Like, no reinforcements. My mind is flubbing. But basically, I'm thinking this playthrough might actually go on for longer. Because there's a dungeon in it, and I didn't really do much of the dungeon in that playthrough, while I will here. Oh, that'll get him nice and stoned.
Master, evilness truly suits you. Let us go forth. There are nefarious deeds to be done. Feel the land quaking with fear already.
It's just me, or does Gnarl sound like he's like 10 feet away? Maybe 20 or 30.
I am not Minion Master, a devoted servant.
1 second now. We'll boost up the speech a little.
Darkness.
Okay, that's a bit better. It's probably different on your end than mine.
The haziness will pass.
You know what? I'm gonna actually lower this down a little. I'm just like, what I hear is different to what you hear. Yeah, I can frequently hear myself over the thing, but that's all dependent on the audio levels I have the game at. But you mightn't hear me over it, so I don't have it too much differ too much from what I've already audio tested.
And your muscles will become limber again. You have been asleep for a very long time. This cavern is the spawning pit, sire, where new minions are born and live. Now you are here, you can call forth minions from this minion gate.
Hold shift and press the right mouse button.
Those keen little evil faces, ready to loot and pillage at your command.
But they don't rape. They're nice like that.
Follow me if you wish to study the finer points of combat and minion control.
To be honest, it'd be awkward to have a comedy game where your minions would run around raping. sure someone could manage it. But anyway, yes.
Your minions will follow you. Are you sure you don't need any lessons, Master?
This is like my 10th playthrough. No. You actually get a title for this from the Jester. He calls out different titles. And it's like, most overconfident Overlord or something.
Your throne room, sire.
My house is a mess. Buy me a new one.
One cannot be a bastion of evil these days without wretched heroes lining up to prove themselves. That last lot were particularly bothersome, killing your predecessor like that. Still, you're here now, sire. Evil will always find a way. They also looted and destroyed much of the tower.
Because of course they did.
But it's merely a setback for the forces of darkness, sire. You are our new Overlord. Rebuild your tower, punish those so-called heroes, and re-establish a dark domain. This is the tower portal, sire. Sadly, it's missing its power source, the tower heart. However, there's still a tiny bit of energy left. It's just enough to transport you to the last known location of the heart. Please, sire, step through the gate. I shall meet you on the other side.
There we go. Sorry, I have to do that on principle. The reason I snorted is, in WoW, they overuse like, so in such a place was merely a setback. When it, no, like, it's used a ton. So much so they even have Hogger saying it. They had Kale say it once about Tempest Keep being merely a setback. Then someone else in the next expansion says it. Then someone in the next expansion, and they just keep using it. It's like Elden trying to say, you know, you were not prepared, except at least in this case it's different people, rather than one guy trying to make it his catchphrase.
You must find the other lost Midian tribes before you can summon them. Perhaps we may recover some of our looted tower objects in this lush, verdant abomination.
Christ. Is it just me, or is this game extra glitchy this time around? Like, I don't remember being this shit the first time. Like, I recorded it.
But you can still harness life force from them. Remember, life force equals minions. Return to the gate to call more to your side.
Okay, we can only have 5 at the moment.
All they do is chew grass until something kills them.
Just like my ex.
Stupid, pointless creatures.
I say as if I had an ex. Go grab that. This sounded like the most appropriate comment to make. You know, this place does look actually pretty lovely. I actually succeeded in making it look pretty idyllic. Though I question its Wi-Fi capabilities. Ah, brilliant. Some gubbinses.
Apart from killing things.
Oh, I'm currently dying with the cold here. So if you hear me coughing, sneezing, moaning, you know, crying out for mercy, you know, that's just what's up. Yes, friendship is magic.
Oh, halflings took over my farm. Tied me up in the sun to scare the birds. Now, those pumpkins are plotting against poor Bob. They want revenge for all the pies I made. And the soup, and the jelly, and the ice cream. I hear the pumpkins whispering at night. I won't leave my farm to the halflings. Oh no, they're worse than the pumpkins. Please help get Bob's farm back. Oh.
I think the sun's got to him.
Ain't related to pumpkins, are they?
Oh, I was saying before, in my first playthrough of this, that the writer of this is Rihanna Pratchett. Christ, you know that cold I mentioned? It feels like it's gone onto my chest. There's a bit of a wheeze. Why is that sound effect?
Even the birds laugh at me. They're in league with the pumpkins.
But already something. But yeah, it's some wheeze. It's hard to commentate a little sometimes. But yes, the writer of this is Rihanna Pratchett. And you may recognize that surname. She is related to Terry Pratchett, though she does admittedly hate being known as simply his daughter. But that's kind of what happens when, like, he's more famous of the two. He's what people know of. Well, like, I think she just wants to be known in her own right, rather than solely as that. But well, he's the one people know of. Certainly, I didn't know of her until I think the Tomb Raider game, and saw an article or two mentioning her. So, it's quite possible fair amount of people don't even know that she exists. But regardless, she has actually worked on on a few other properties. The first Tomb Raider game. I'm sorry, when I say the first Tomb Raider game, I mean of the reboots. I believe she's also worked on the sequel and Tomb Raider comics as well. She has also worked on Mirror's Edge and Mirror's Edge comics. And she's worked on Overlord 2 as well as Overlord The Forces of Evil. Or whatever it's called. I'm not entirely sure what that one's called, as I've never actually played it. And I'm not also entirely sure as to I think she may or may not have worked on the side stories in the game as well.
Me? Well, I think I'll stay.
I'm not sure.
Fix me farm. Maybe grow marrows instead. Yeah, marrows don't talk so much. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, the sun's gone to him. But yeah, she's worked on a few different properties. I know some of them, I don't know all of them. So, and as you can see, the enemies here are a bit less powerful. So, on normal mode, substantially less. On the legendary mode, that halfling would be able to take off a bar of my health with a single hit, or most of the bar anyway. Here, it would be lucky to do a portion of it. Come on back. Alright. I thought doing, summoning back would make them run back a bit faster, but no. It has been a while since I played this, so I'm starting to forget exactly how it works. Yeah, just sleep outside randomly. It's a great idea.
That's evil energy. It gathers in all us evil creatures. You will learn more of it in time, Master.
Gonna be honest with you, I don't think you actually learn too much about it. It's not exactly an expanded on concept. They make another reference to it at another stage, and that's it.
Must have used it to grow pumpkins. The little fools. They have no idea of the real power it contains. Clear those pumpkins and let's get it back to the tower.
Hold on. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Aren't there more halflings around here?
You, Master. Being the Overlord means never having to lift anything heavy.
Let's just break that down. And let's start breaking these. Just wanted to get rid of all these, as they could give us more pumpkin helms, which would be a nice thing. Certainly pumpkin helms aren't good, but they're an extra little bit of gear, which is better than nothing. Like, really, at this stage, I'm willing to accept anything. And sadly, no, they didn't give Adam. Plus, I like the pumpkin helms because they're weird. Or, well, not weird, but funny. Ugh, plague. I didn't miss any sheepies, did I? No. They'll bring this back, and...
Keep up with the other minions. Giblet, I see you pretending to hold it with one claw. Hold your share, Gubbin, you useless sack of pus.
He complains of them holding it with one paw, but clearly they're levitating it. So I don't know what he's on. A huge chair. You know, just seeing this game again, it just seems a little bit more rickety this time. Just Gnarl's movements seemed a little weird when he came here. You know, when he was just came to here first and he was standing over here. It just seemed a little wonky. Maybe he always looked like this, and I'm only noticing now, but it just did look a little weirder.
It is back where it belongs. This is the heart of the tower, sire. It will play a vital role in helping re-establish your dark domain. It will allow you to visit the tower whenever you wish and provide access to all of the tower's resources. And look, it seems to have bestowed a little gift upon you, sire. You can now control 10 minions.
That was very nice of it, considering I can't actually progress without 10 minions.
One of its spells, the Fireball spell. Robust fellow. Might have known he'd make it. I'll teach you how to use him when the need arises, but I urge you, sire, find more of our missing tower objects. A crane would be particularly handy. Then we could clear the debris around here. Open up some rooms.
Is he floating?
Unfortunately, I am not the evil entity that I once was. I cannot take the feel of lush green grass under my feet and bird song in my ears. In fact, I think I need to find a dark corner and something to pummel. I shall stay here. The heart will allow me to speak directly to you, sire, and see and hear what you do. Use the gate to return to the halfling domain.
Right, old boss. Sorry, I have to put gestures in their place. Gestures' lives don't matter.
Testing. 1, 2. Is this thing working? It's a bit grubby. Can you hear me, master? Oh.
Sorry, I just had to take a drink there. Help with the throat.
Now, sire, the creatures around here
Okay.
are rather frisky, so they would have undoubtedly repopulated the area.
They're so frisky. They don't even need to actually, you know, last any time in the womb. They just immediately appear out. That's just how frisky they are. It's actually rather impressive and rather disturbing. It's very, very bizarre. Come on, keep getting me the loot. They're so eager to go kill something else, they forget the entire reason why I had them killed in the first place. No loot? No loot. Alright. I'm just gonna go around this obstacle course again to get them a little bit of extra gubbins. Then we'll push on through. And for whatever reason, Bob disappears. Never to be seen again. Or will he? Well, if you've watched my previous playthrough, you already know about shite. So, yeah. Anything over there? Okay, they're just going straight up to the other things. Recall. Let's let them group up again. And I'll send them up to the vases on up top. You know, my mind is still on the Rihanna Pratchett thing. There's probably things I didn't explain something right. When I was talking about her and I was saying she was annoyed about people always going to her, you know, to explain who she is, going to her father, basically, saying who he is. Yeah, I think it's just a case of, at least it seems like that she wants to be known in her own right. But like I said, he is the more famous of the two. So, he's the one people are more than likely gonna know. So, yeah. I wish her luck in getting known in her own right. That's certainly something very difficult to be done. And certainly, you know, she's well on her way. But, you know, for most people,